Hello, welcome to my channel, The Ascension Guide. I'm your guide, Joe Martin. So, today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about service to others. Ariah has given me the message of, obviously we're going through some really rough times right now, especially some people are feeling it more than others. So, whether that be your job crumbling down or your family situation or just the divide in the world as it stands right now, whatever it may be that's causing you to feel depressed or anxious or any one of those other, emotions that we really don't like to get into. There's one way to change about where you're at, where you're feeling, where you're going. And it's pretty simple, as with most things. They're all very simple, just not easy necessarily to do all the time. But whenever you're feeling these anxious times, or you're feeling like you are out of control, or you don't know what to do, or this world is falling apart, or whatever it is that you're feeling, that's when it's time to ask yourself, how can I help others? And so this does a couple of different things. One, obviously you're helping other people, which is awesome, but it reframes your mindset into, one, it gets you out of that loop of either the depression or anxiety or what you're thinking about, getting stuck in those thoughts about whatever it is that's bringing you down. It changes that, and it puts you into a mode of, now you're serving others. Like, how can I help somebody else? What can I do to be of service to humanity? How can I help with this ascension process? Whatever it is, you can reframe your situation, and there's always something you can do to help others. So it's not like it's one of those things where it's like, well, now I guess I'm out of stuff to do. There's always stuff you can do. I mean, it can be as simple as counseling somebody, sitting down and talking to them, being their shoulder to cry on. I mean, it could be that simple. Or you could go volunteer at a food bank, or whatever it is, whatever makes you happy. Making a YouTube video. I mean, that's kind of how I have learned to process this thing is, if I'm feeling a certain type of way and I know that there's a video that I can make with some information that Ariah has passed down to me that can make somebody else's day better, it makes me feel better also doing the video, knowing that somebody's going to get some value out of this, and hopefully it'll help them. And even better than that, if they can go help somebody else after seeing my video, that's really what my goal is. I want to be a force multiplier. I want to make it so that I'm activating other light workers so that they can go help other people. That's my ultimate goal in all of this. And another message that's kind of come through as of late to me, and I still haven't totally figured out how it applies to what I'm doing, but I think the message is important. I want to pass it along also. And that has been, work smarter, not harder. Like I said, still trying to figure out how that applies to my life. I always try to work smarter instead of harder. It's been a motto of mine for at least since I was in the military. But trying to figure out how that applies to what I'm doing right now, and I think all of you out there can do the same and try to figure out how you can apply that to your life. Because the 5D Earth isn't about this working super hard, and then getting minimal results. It's kind of going the opposite of where we've been, and it's figuring out how to manifest things and have them come to you instead of you chasing after them all the time. That's what the law of attraction is. I spoke about that in a previous video. I'll put the link up top. But it's like we can not only change our own mindset and get us out of our funk or whatever it is that we're in by helping others, we can also change the law of attraction. So when we're in that depression or anxiety or any of those moods where we're feeling lack or whatever it may be, that's repelling. Well, I shouldn't say it's repelling. I should say what you're attracting is more of that. You're repelling the abundance and the things that you wish for when you're in those modes. Changing your mindset to serving others brings you into that love frequency, that receptive frequency, where you can accept gifts, you can receive from the universe. So if you're having trouble manifesting things, which my guess is that you're more like me, and that you're probably a really good manifester. You just only use it for negative things. That's my guess. Excuse me. There are a lot of great manifestors out there. They just don't see it because they are really good at manifesting the negative. They think that their car is going to break down, and then it does. They think that this is going to happen, and then it does. Those people are really good manifestors. You have to understand that manifesting isn't just good things. Manifesting is you attract what you attract, the law of attraction. So whatever vibration you're in, that's what you're going to attract. Changing that vibration by making yourself of service to others, changing that mindset, changing your way of thinking. How can I make the world a better place? Now, what kind of abundance are you bringing in? Especially if you have the mindset of the more I have, that means the more I can give, which is something I'm still learning as well. But I think those are how we reframe our situations into getting the things that we're truly after. And I think that most of us, once our cup's overflowed, would be more than happy to pour it into somebody else's cup and help our friend and our neighbor. So when the universe recognizes that, then why wouldn't they want to overflow your cup? If they know that you're going to go and help somebody else, and then hopefully, if you think about what we're trying to do here, every time you help somebody, hopefully then they go help somebody. And then it's this enormous ripple effect that goes across the entire world. It's that old, just holding the door for somebody at the grocery store, whatever. That little tiny ripple effect. Now think about when we can start having our abundance come in, and now we have all this excess abundance, and we can go give it to somebody else, who then starts to attract their abundance and gives it to somebody else, and it's just like this huge cascading effect across the world of everybody giving and helping and receiving at the same time. And one last thing, I know this is kind of a combined message here, but if you want to receive and you feel like you're not receiving the things maybe that you think you deserve in this world, there's a problem that a lot of us have, and you may have it yourself. You have a problem receiving. When somebody goes to give you gas money, for example, or hey, here's some cash because you helped out with this, and you're like, no, I can't accept that. You're not in that receiving frequency. I know it seems kind of counterintuitive because we want to do things from the bottom of our heart, and we want to do things for the right reasons and not for monetary value. But you also have to understand when the universe is trying to reward you for your good deeds. And you have to be able to receive that. And if you aren't receptive to that, then the universe isn't going to send you good deeds, or isn't going to reward you for those good deeds. Does that make sense? So it's about being appreciative, being thankful, and knowing how to receive and saying, you know what, I did do a good deed, and this person wants to reward me for it, or the universe, or however you want to look at it. And you need to be able to receive those gifts. And it can be hard for a lot of us, but do it with the utmost appreciation and the utmost gratitude for somebody appreciating the things that you've done for them in a way that they see value and want to pay you for your time and for what you've done. So that's how we have to start to reframe things, and we can really start it all by reframing our mindset and looking to serve others and how we can help others. And I really think that that's the new earth that we're headed towards. Also, that's where we're supposed to be going. Is we go and do things because we know it's right, and then we also know on the back end that the universe rewards us for those things. So we're doing it because we know it's right, but knowing we're going to be rewarded at the same time. Not doing it because we want to be rewarded and then we know it's right, if that makes sense. So I know it's a lot of mind games, a lot of psychology in a lot of ways, but that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn, here to evolve, here to grow, here to figure out what this life is all about and how we can make the best out of it while we're here, not just for ourselves, but for everybody else and the planet included. So I thank you guys all for tuning in. As always, if you got any value out of this, I would appreciate you liking and sharing, as it helps the algorithm and helps the channel grow, helps more people get the message. And like I said before, that's the ultimate goal with all of this, is to help as many people as possible to find their own light and go help others, and be that change that the world needs right now. And if you resonate with this message, I really appreciate you subscribing, as it lets me know that the content that I'm doing is giving you guys value, which is my goal. So I appreciate that. And I recently started a Patreon page. I'm not really in here, like I said, to do this for the money, but it does help support the channel, being able to get the videos out, on a daily basis and that sort of thing, and have a lot more content coming down the road. It's all kind of in the process right now, so stay tuned for that. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, until the next video, love and light.